Olympic Forest Products brings you St. Edward High School football. It's the St. Edward Eagles versus the Bishop McNamara Mustangs by Franciscus Roofing. Hi again, everybody. I'm Adam Mendoza. Along with me is Larry Wolf. Glad to have you along here on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Well, the Eagles are coming into this game smarting a little bit after that big loss to Massillon last week, and they may have a little more incentive after Massillon was handed their lunch last night.
Yeah, and so that tells you that maybe you're not as good as you thought you might have been. And so sometimes you need to know what you didn't know before, and I think they found that out last week.
Now, as we come into this game, Bishop McNamara out of the D.C. area. They play out of that very tough Catholic conference that has Gonzaga and Good Counsel, DeMatha. They have athletes that we've seen so far.
Absolutely. And they're going to be putting athletes in space and trying to make that happen against this defense that, quite frankly, got bullied last week.
And they're going to look to regain their footing this week.
Absolutely.
Now, for St. Ed's, as we look at our Franciscus Roofing impact player, Cleveland, Ohio's trusted name in roofing. This is not a weird one, but it's
different.
It's different. It's the kicker, Will Lavelle.
Well, the first couple of weeks, St. Ed struggled to make an extra point. And now they seem to have a kicker who can not only kick an extra point, but maybe kick some field goals from some distance.
They were 7 of 11 in the first couple of games, and here Will Lavelle came in 13 of 13.
Yep.
And people may think, oh, why are you highlighting a kicker? It is very important to have those points.
Until you don't have them, and then it's critical. You know what I mean? It's always important.
When we come back, we'll have more of the pregame. It'll be St. Ed's and Bishop McNamara coming up next on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, serving the community for nearly 60 years means offering the best service and deals in town.
Check out our great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
We are receiving truckloads of new vehicles and fresh trade-ins daily.
Visit us today for our lowest prices and great selection.
And that's why people say, drive Joyce. Your friends and neighbors do.
Joyce Buick GMC. Visit us on Chester Road in Avon or online at drivejoyce.com.
Being in Esmond is all about brotherhood, a diverse community where everyone has your back.
It's an education for the future, showing us how we can all make a difference in the world.
It's about top-tier athletics, pushing us further than we ever thought we'd go. We invite 8th grade families to experience Holy Cross hospitality at Open House on Sunday, October 5th. See you there.
Today's game is brought to you by Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance. By Franciscus Roofing, Cleveland, Ohio's trusted name in roofing. Joyce Buick GMC. Drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors do. By Tokar & Company CPAs, your local and full-service accounting firm. By J.P. Farley, empowering people, elevating benefits. By Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick, hurting a car, call KNR. And by the Cleveland Clinic, the official healthcare provider of St. Edward Athletics. Well, as we get set for this matchup between Maryland and Ohio, Bishop McNamara and St. Ed's, it is time to take a look at our Joyce Buick GMC keys to the game. Drive Joyce, your friends and fellow Eagles do. Well, the Eagles need to get off to a good start. Last week, they did not.
Well, the first play of the game they did, and then after that, they just went stale. They can't do that against an athletic team like McNamara.
And they've got to win the third down battle. They did not do well last week. Everything's going to be compared to last week.
Absolutely, because you're only as good as your last performance. And last week, they were in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12. You can't do that. You can't do that and beat good teams.
And then you also have to contain their athleticism. They've got kids that have D1 offers. They've got D1 kids. This is a very athletic team.
Very athletic, and you'll see that in space. You'll see their receivers and their people that can handle the football in space. We've got to take care of that.
Now for the Mustangs of Bishop McNamara, they need to continue to play hard. They played 2 straight games where they went into overtime or triple overtime but lost.
Yeah, and they're a good team, and they traveled, and they did all that good stuff, and now they're playing St. Ed's, and they know what that means.
And then that was our next one, the long travel coming from the D.C. area. And then they need to pressure the quarterback. They've got Gianni Davis. His dad is Vernon Davis, who played in the NFL. He's going to Maryland.
Yeah, that's a shame. He's really, the acorn never falls too far from the oak. And obviously Vernon Davis was a great NFL player, and obviously his son's a pretty good football player as well.
I'll take a look at our tail of the tape for these 2 games. You look at the records, as we said, they're 2-2, but they've played their last 2 games in overtime. They can put up the points. They're averaging 31.
They can put up the points. They've got a fairly stingy defense, only giving up 17. When you play great teams, you're going to give up points. That's going to happen. But they have the ability to score.
And when you look at St. Ed's, they're really putting up that 35 points, giving up 18. Last week, they gave up 21, but it was all in the first half. They played shutout ball in the second half.
And they just can't afford to get behind the sticks like that. 21 against a great team, it could be over.
And as you see, St. Ed's losing to Massillon, and then for Bishop McNamara, they lost to St. Mary's Riken. And then upcoming, St. Ed's can't look ahead to St. Ignatius, and neither can Bishop McNamara.
No, these are good teams. They're playing each other. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. You do not want to stub your toe today.
Well, when we come back, you are watching more of the Olympic Forest Products St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
I got $20 he shanks it. Yeah, this is going to be out of bounds to Michigan.
Some people play it safe, others grip it and rip it.
That's why I call long drive right down the fairway.
Just like Olympic, long reach, no shortcuts.
For over 40 years, Olympic's been hitting it long and straight, delivering dependable, high-quality pallet solutions with national coverage and local service.
Fairways and freightways. Keep it straight, keep it consistent.
Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance.
Started by a father, built by a family, proudly serving Cleveland since 1991. Franciscus Roofing has delivered honest, high-quality work starting with 1 truck and 1 promise. Do the job right. From inspections to full replacements, our family-owned team brings craftsmanship to every roof.
Get your free estimate today at 1-866-STAY-DRY.com.
It's so easy if you try. 1-866-STAY-DRY. Franciscus Roofing.
And welcome back. As you see, the big green machine of St. Edward getting ready and running on the field for this Saturday afternoon matchup. Adam Mendoza along with Larry Wolf on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Larry, we were here on the field earlier. There was no breeze. Now, just at kickoff, the wind coming out of the north.
Yeah, and it's not really a big wind, but it could affect the kicking game a little bit. It makes a difference whether you can make the 40-yard field goal or not. That's how much wind there is.
We just wish that wind was here in the press box. It's about 10 to 15 degrees warmer.
Yeah, I'm sweating already.
And we're just sitting here, folks.
Yep.
Well, when you look at St. Ed's, they come in at 4-1. They're smarting off of that loss against Massillon, who, what a wild weekend did we have. Massillon getting beat by Football North out of Canada, 34-2.
There's no way you can wrap your head around that one. Not that Football North isn't a good team. We're just saying we saw Massillon at its best, and they're a pretty good football team.
And then St. Ignatius and Benedictine renewing a rivalry that goes back to the 1940s when they played in front of 50,000 people at Old Cleveland Municipal Stadium in the charity game. And Benedictine came out on top over St. Ignatius, and that is St. Ed's opponent for next week. But they can't look ahead. They got to look at the guys across the way in Bishop McNamara.
After last week's game at Massillon, they have to take care of business today. Today is the most important game they have on their schedule right now. There is nobody else. There's nobody before, nobody after. This is it.
So it looks like St. Ed's won the coin toss, and as usual, if they win, they'll take it for the first possession. And they will. So they're going to start off on offense. And we talked about it in our keys to the game, off to a quick start.
They need a quick start. They had one last week, and then they just went dead for about a quarter and a half. The offense did very little.
Not until about 3 minutes remaining in that ball game. But it's a new week. And for folks, you got to remember, these are
high school kids.
15, 16, 17-year-olds playing this game at such a high level.
It was about 3 weeks ago I talked to Coach Lombardo about that. I said, your kids deserve to play this schedule. A lot of people will be angry that they have to play all these great teams. Your kids deserve to play them because they've played so well for so long. So take that as a compliment to your program. And he did. And, that's the truth. We're playing great teams from all over. And it's a special thing to always have a big game.
What do they say? Iron sharpens iron?
Iron sharpens iron. That's exactly right.
And you've seen it. Larry, you're coming up every week from the Columbus area. You're seeing football from all over the state of Ohio, and it's been pretty good this year.
You're darn right it has been. And I've seen some great games down in Columbus, and those teams can compare very, very well with these teams up here.
So it'll be the Eagles receiving to our left. It'll be Brandon White, Zach Hackleman, and Broden Moore. So 2 of the 3 have had kickoff returns.
Yep.
Taking it to the house.
Now, I was watching the kicker prior in the pregame, and he did not kick the ball extremely deep. So I expect they'll get the ball at about the 10-yard line on this kick.
Braylon Hampton, number 17, getting ready as the Mustangs in the maroon and white uniforms. He'll send this one high. It'll go to
about the 14,
Zach Hackleman at the 14. They got the wedge set up, and he hits a wall of Mustangs as he gets it over the 25, down to about the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. As the Eagles in their opening drive here. And this opening drive is brought to you by Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick. Hurt in a car, call K&R. Eagles will be led by their quarterback, Johnny Ivanchik. Will get his numbers after this next play. Eagles are starting with a 2-back set. It looks like they're going to try to attack with the 2 wide out and a tight end. They're going to give the ball to Ty Buchanan. He'll get it over the 35 to the 37. Good chunk of yards picked up on the first down play.
The cornerback, number 8, Alder Medina, he had a chance to make the tackle right there in the hole, and he just couldn't do it, didn't wrap up.
Just underway, second play here of this opening drive for St. Ed's. Eagles again going with that 2-back set with Buchanan and Brandon White. 2 very good, tough runners. Now Brandon White getting it up the middle. He'll bounce to the 40, little sidestep to the 45. He'll pick up the first down as they'll move the chains.
He flattened the safety on that one. Lawrence Diggs came up from a safety spot and had a beat on him, and he just dipped in, dipped out, and got the extra yards.
Brandon White last week, 176 yards against Massillon, opened the game with that big 66-yard touchdown run.
Well, he had a good game last week, and they were tough yards.
Johnny Ivanchik, your quarterback, 46 of 70 on the year, 65% offset back split. They give it to White again. He slices his way through and carries a defender to the 49-yard line. Eagles, last week, 187 yards rushing. They're averaging 209.
The one thing they need to do is stay ahead of the chains. Last week they got behind the chains a lot. It was 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8 all day long, and they can't do that against this team.
Coach Lombardo continuing to go with this first look of the 2-back set. Ivanchik's going to throw a quick hitter to near side pass over to Hackleman. He'll gain a good 6 yards, and that's what we wanted to see that we didn't see.
He needs 3 more, though. It's 3rd and 3, and this is a big 3rd down play. Now, they could go for it on 4th down, obviously, but they need to get this 3rd down.
Jonah Koopman checks in for Ryan Makovsky. He'll be the receiver at the top of your screen.
I got a feeling they're going to be running it right toward us here.
2-back set, tight end to the near side.
Here they come.
Here comes Brandon White trying to get the outside. Oh, his head came around.
Face mask, they got it.
They're going to get the face mask on McNamara. He'll get out of bounds, and it'll be an automatic first down.
The official on the play couldn't see it, but the officials that had it bracketed could.
And then you saw the 2 flags.
Yep.
Personal foul, face mask against Bishop McNamara.
That's going to take it down to about the 30-yard line.
They needed 3. They pick up 18.
Yep. It is right there.
because they're going to call that one the really bad
Foul.
bad personal foul on that. 10-17 here in our opening quarter. Now, St. Ed's has played teams from Maryland. A couple years ago, they played Good Counsel in front of a national TV audience. They're 9-0 against Maryland teams.
We need to schedule more Maryland teams.
They've won 22 of their last 24 games against out-of-state opponents. Here comes Brandon White up the middle, but he got wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Another face mask. Another face mask.
Khalil Gubbe coming in to make the stop. Another penalty marker.
Absolutely, another face mask.
So on this drive itself, if they're going to call it the 15-yarder, that's 30 yards in penalty yardage.
I think it's going to be the 5-yard version.
Yep, just the 5 yards.
That's all right, we'll take it.
Yeah. When you look at Bishop McNamara, they play out of the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference, schools like Gonzaga, Good Counsel, DeMatha.
Yep.
You look at their football program, they're nationally ranked. You look at their basketball program throughout the years, it's been a who's who.
Yep, it's a nationally ranked team. And their women's sports as well. It's not just the guys.
The head coach, Greg Calhoun, his wife coaches the women's basketball team over at Bishop McNamara. In one poll, they were named the national champs last year. Now on second down, there's White going out of bounds, and he gets tossed off to the sideline, way out of play. And the Eagles will pick up another first down.
They seem to have found something on this right side, the right side of the offense.
Now I think you're going to see them attack that right side a little bit more. They've been doing that for almost this whole drive.
Well, out there in Medina, he's the wide side slot corner, or maybe you call him a walk-away outside backer, but he has been showing pressure off of that edge.
Eagles inside the red zone. Two back set and offset eye. They're going to give it to Brandon White. He'll go up the middle looking for that hole, and then it closed up quickly at the 10-yard line.
It is a 5-yard gain, and that's exactly what you need on first down.
And we didn't see that last week.
No.
In some of the games you look at against Glenville, they were having that tough time on first down. It's until they really wear them down on the play.
When you play great football teams, you're going to struggle. That's why they're great football teams. If you're talking about Glenville, Massillon, are you serious? Those are great football teams. And they want to win too.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
with this drive taking almost 4 minutes to start, down to 8:40 in the opening quarter. Backs are split for Ivanchik. Ivanchik has run the football a lot.
Showing pressure.
Oh, look at the counter as they give it to Brandon White. He'll get it inside the 5. He'll get the first down, I believe.
First down, yep.
Yeah. So it's going to be first and goal to go for Brandon White, who averages 7.4 yards a carry.
Right now the offensive line is getting a hat on a hat, and they're pushing the pile, and that's exactly what you need to do. You got a great running back. Just give him a few yards space before he gets hit.
Brandon
Last week
White,
he was getting hit at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. And you look at that yards after contact, he wasn't getting that deep.
Yep.
He was getting hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Brandon White so far, 7 carries, 35 yards. Now Brandon White out of the Wildcat. He's going to run to the 1, and another flag is thrown. We're going to have a holding call.
Yep. That was going to be on the wide receiver, Mr. Koopman.
Holding on St. Ed's as Brandon White out of the Wildcat. That's a new look that we're seeing this week.
You're going to see it out here on the edge. Right there. As a wide receiver, you've got to get in their circle. You got to get your hands up on them. And when they change directions, you got to let them go. You just have to let them go. You don't want to, but you have to.
So it brings up first and goal to go at the 15-yard line. Eagles with a little bit more room to work with right now, even though it's first and goal to go at the 12.
Yeah, it's at the 12, right. That penalty took place at the 2. It's 10 yards from the spot.
So a little different look. So now they go with that offset eye once again.
Hackleman's in single coverage out here. This could be a corner route.
Ivanchik looking, he's wide open, but they get it underneath to Buchanan, who's going to score the touchdown. Ty Buchanan with his first receiving touchdown of the year.
You saw Hackleman wide open too, but he took the sure throw, and that's the smart play. Get it to somebody who can make a play.
Eagles score on their first drive of the afternoon, and a very methodical drive. Will Lavelle out of the hold of Langston Lucas. Good snap. The kick is away. It is up, and it is through. We're going to take a timeout. St. Ed's leading at 7-0. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Bettering lives is what you live for. You treat setbacks as a chance to come back stronger and create new ways to move past injuries. See how we're advancing orthopedic care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Hard slant and then return to the outside. So if you slant hard, they got to take it away.
Well, 7-0, St. Ed's. We were talking about the routes on during the quick commercial break, and you were talking about how Hackleman and Buchanan were open on that route.
Both were open to the outside. You just got to throw the ball up and let them go get it in the corner. And it's not a difficult route. It's a simple route. And when they ran the misdirection to Brandon White, the whole defense looked at that and froze it for a second and made them open.
Well, that drive for the Eagles, 4 minutes and 34 seconds, 11 plays, 70 yards. That's a pretty good first opening drive of the game.
And 20 yards and penalties helped.
Yeah, that is for sure. This one is going to be taken at the 1 for Bishop McNamara, and the Eagles quickly getting there, but they'll get it out quickly to the 20-yard line on a good return. Let's see what the Eagle defense can do with this big offensive front line for Bishop McNamara.
Well, our buddy Landon Lima was the first guy down there again, as he always is. He just runs down the field as fast as anybody, and he blows things up. He makes you commit blockers to him, and that opens it up for other people.
Tariq Denson will be in the backfield as your running back. KJ Underwood is your quarterback. Very athletic. We saw him throwing the ball before the game.
They've got some really good athletic kids. We saw them before the game, and they look thick and athletic.
Alex Springs is on the near side. And Keontae Glenn. They'll bring one out of the backfield. There's a heavy rush and nothing going. It's a loss of a couple of yards as the Eagles really going aggressive on the opening play.
That was Makai Boone coming off the edge.
Well, you had a chance to talk to Coach Pappas before the game.
Yeah, you played, according to Coach, poorly last week. Okay, give Massillon a little bit of credit. They played well. We played poorly. He was not happy, not a happy camper. Wouldn't expect him to be.
He said they missed a lot of tackles that they normally don't. So it brings up 2nd down and 12. They'll put one in motion with an empty backfield, throwing it underneath. Good catch being made right there by Kane Van Norden. They'll get it out to about the 24-yard line. McNamara averaging 31 points a game. Now, they come into this game 2-2. They've lost 2 in a row, but of their last 2 games, both in overtime.
Overtime and triple overtime, I think. So it's
they're playing competitively.
One back set, no tight end.
They'll have 3 receivers up at the top of your screen. As Underwood.
Show pressure off the boundary.
Looking over the defense. Long count. Here comes the blitz right up the middle. They catch it. Good catch by Alex Springs for the first down on that little underneath slant.
Yeah, quick slant to Alex Springs. And we had pressure up the middle and pressure off the edge. We're not sitting back. We're coming to get them. It helps the defensive secondary because they know the pass has to come out quick.
And we've seen teams be very successful on the slant against St. Ed's.
Yep. Well, when you're in single coverage, that's what you do.
Denson in the back. He's going to get the handoff. He'll hit the hole pretty quickly before he is brought down by John Troy, who's getting the start today in for the injured Luke Ardito.
Yeah, BP Pelosi was right on his legs. And this time of season, everybody's banged up. Everybody's got some dude that's not playing. It's next man up mentality. You have to be able to do that.
Brings up a 2nd down and a long 8 for the Mustangs of McNamara. Again, they'll give it to Denson. Nope, it's the quarterback keeping it, and he slides because he saw green jerseys coming up quickly.
Absolutely. That was Brodon Moore and John Troy coming to get him.
Boy.
Come on.
Talk about the easy slide there.
In the old days, you just lower your shoulder and run. Come on. Of course, in the old days, you played with your backup quarterback a lot too. So
yeah. 4:40 to go here in the opening quarter. This is their first drive of the ballgame after the Eagles scored on their first drive that took over 4.5 minutes. Underwood looks over the defense. He'll drop back. Here's the rush. Pass caught
good
at
coverage.
The 40-yard line. Yes, very good coverage there by John Troy not to give up the first down, and it brings up fourth.
That's 3 plays in a row for Mr. Troy, so he's stepping into big shoes, and he's playing big.
Well, he had a good game last week.
Yep.
He had 18 tackles with 2 for losses.
Yep. And he's not the biggest guy. I mean, he's 185. He's 6 feet 185, but he's a nose for the football.
And that you can say that about, everybody talks about how big the defensive line was for the Eagles over the past few years. This may be smaller, but they do have that nose for the football.
Yeah, they're pretty athletic. But when you line up and you go foot to foot and you wall them, you got a chance to do what happened to them last week. They got physical, and it's tough to sustain that with quickness.
Braylon Hampton is back to receive for the punt. He'll send a boomer. Oh, they let that one go. There was a miscommunication by the 2 downed field players. That was Brandon White. They kept pointing at each other.
Yep. Landon Lamer was pointing at Brandon White and going, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
Well, as the Eagles get on top, let's look at this week's Regal Eagle student. That's Mick Gilliam, just starting high school. Starting his high school career at St. Ed's. He's already getting involved with the service learning program in the early summer, doing so much. Each month this summer, he even helped the Lakewood Community Services Center deliver groceries to the folks in need at the Southwesterly, and has accompanied his older brother, Junior Sean Gilliam, to the Empower Sports, where they help disabled youths participate in adaptive golf. He is our Regal Eagle of the week. Brandon White on the run.
Right now, this offensive line is getting a push. And the defensive line is a big physical defensive line, but the offensive line is getting a push. And if that continues, it's going to bode well for this offense.
And we've talked about this with other teams that have come into town. Their first, they go out to Virginia. It's not that very far, but this is a long trip that the coaches hope that is a kind of a bonding trip for these players.
This is 8 hours in a bus.
2.5 to go as the Eagles staying with that 2 setback formation. Play action.
Got the wheel route. There he is. Ooh.
And it goes incomplete, but good defensive coverage being made there by Alder Medina.
Now, that was an interesting wheel route because that was a slot wheel. That came out of the backfield, and he didn't run the wide route. He ran the slot route up the seam.
Ivanchik last week, 8 of 18 for just 103 yards. Had 1 touchdown pass, also threw an interception against Massillon. But he had that breakout game against Wayne where he threw for 236 yards.
Big third down. You'd like to keep the football here.
Eagles are 0 for 1 on third down conversions this afternoon. White out of the backfield. Ivanchik looking to set it up. They get it to Buchanan. Buchanan is going to be close to the first down as a couple of players go into the bench area on that far side. Got to keep your head on a swivel if you're on the sideline.
He's going to get the first down, I think.
No, he's going to be...
Yeah, it's close. It's hard to tell from our angle.
No, they're going to give it to him. Referee Jim Sharton gives the indicator. Or, yes, no, maybe. We're waiting for the chain gang to move, and they finally do.
They're moving.
2:31 remaining here in the opening quarter.
Well, I did not see the line judge over there spot the ball on the sideline. He went into the bench area to separate the players, and I was wondering where the spot was going to be.
Brandon White, 9 carries, 43 yards so far.
Pressure off both edges.
They're going to give the ball to Buchanan, or that's Brandon White. He'll pick up a yard or so on the play. Boy, McNamara is so quick on that defensive front to close the gap.
Yeah, they come off the edge and they flatten down the line hard. And if your play doesn't hit up in there quick, if you have to stutter step or anything, you're going to get caught from behind.
Brings up a 2nd down and 8. Coming in at the ball game is Jonah Koopman, the 6-foot, 200-pound senior wide receiver. Eagles have outscored their opponents this year in the first quarter, 48-20. That's before their first touchdown. Ivanchik with a 1-back set, looking to throw. Heavy rush, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run the football. Met by a whole host of Mustangs. He'll be a yard shy of the first down marker.
They're going to give it to him.
Oh, that was a...
The official one, yep, they're going to give it to him.
Generous spot. You know, that touchdown by the Eagles extended their touchdown streak now to 43 games. The longest since they had a 31-game streak. That was snapped in a win over Moeller, 3-0, on the road at Moeller. It'll be Langston Lucas on the run. He takes the ball to the middle of the field, and he'll get it out to the 49-yard line. So we're seeing both quarterbacks being able to run the football.
Well, and Langston Lucas is 195 pounds, and Johnny Vanchek is 175 pounds. So if you're going to run the quarterback, run the big dude.
He's averaging 7.8 yards a carry, Langston Lucas. Now Johnny Ivanchik is going to come back into the game. So Lucas averaging 7.8, Johnny Ivanchik averaging 4 yards on a run.
So we've seen both quarterbacks. We've seen the tailback take the snap from center. Things are evolving here in this offense.
High snap, play action fake. Looking for Hackleman. He's wide open at the 20. He catches it. He's going to bring it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles.
We beat Jalen Robinson down here on the near sideline, and he was just wide open. Just a go route. I mean, it's just a go route. He's gone.
Great work by our field camera picking up how wide open he was.
This was the start that St. Ed's needed. Now, don't stop, but this was the start.
Will Lavelle getting ready for the extra point out of the hold of Langston Lucas, looking to make it a 14-0 lead. Boy, those guys at the line of scrimmage can jump high, and that one is good. You got to get that ball off quick and high.
Yep, get it up quick. Yep.
14-0, St. Ed's now takes the lead as that drive for the Eagles. 7 plays, 79 yards. 3 minutes and 27 seconds on the drive.
That's 2 long drives in a row. The offense is moving the ball. Defense is holding up. This is a good start.
Eagles with 2 drives. Bishop McNamara with 1, and we've got 25 seconds left in the opening quarter. So for Bishop McNamara, they'll have their 1 deep man. That is going to be number 1, Andrew Hicks.
And Terrence Dorsey is going to be back there as well.
They have some speed. Alex Springs is on the near side.
Well, I'll tell you, we watch them in warm-ups, and they've got some dudes. They've got some kids that can really, they're very, very athletic. Doesn't mean you're going to win. It just means you're athletic.
Koopman comes in, puts a little boot in this one. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback, and for Koopman, that's his 11th touchback of the year.
So the ball boy is going to go get a bath. He has to go get the doggone ball out of the long jump or the pole vault pit.
That's the long jump pit, yeah. Hey, but you got to give credit to the Eagle down there that got the ball for him.
Yeah,
that was number 29.
Brandon Gay.
Yeah, Brandon Gay, yeah. Always helping out your fellow man.
Yeah, I'm down here. I might as well pick it up,
25 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Eagles leading it 14-0. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They have held McNamara to just 20 yards in total offense. KJ Underwood is your quarterback out of the shotgun with Denson in the backfield. They'll have 2 receivers to the far side. Handoff, Denson up the middle, but he got hit. He got wrapped up by Brendan Schultz.
You'll get nothing and like it.
He'll lose a yard on the play.
Aiden Peterson was in on that tackle as well.
You look at the Eagles this year, 47 tackles for losses, 15 quarterback sacks. And of those sacks, it's not up front. You're getting a lot from the defensive backfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are at the end of the first quarter. St. Ed's leading at 14-0. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
$20, he shanks it. Yeah, this is going to be out of bounds to
Some people play it safe, others grip it and rip it.
That's why I call long drive right down the fairway.
Just like Olympic, long reach, no shortcuts.
For over 40 years, Olympic's been hitting it long and straight, delivering dependable, high-quality pallet solutions with national coverage and local service.
Fairways and freightways. Keep it straight, keep it consistent.
Olympic Forest products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance.
Started by a father, built by a family, proudly serving Cleveland since 1991. Franciscus Roofing has delivered honest, high-quality work starting with one truck and one promise: do the job right. From inspections to full replacements, our family-owned team brings craftsmanship to every roof.
Get your free estimate today at 1-866-STAY-DRY.com.
It's so easy if you try. 1-866-STAY-DRY. Franciscus Roofing.
I'll lace up for the first annual Dillon's Place 5K Run and AMP Murph Challenge happening on November 9th in Westlake. Join a Run for Purpose, helping veterans find their next mission and ensuring no soldier is left behind after discharge. Visit dillonsplace.org for details. Let's run for our heroes.
Please welcome St. Edward alumnus, class of 1975, Tom Cousineau.
Well, you talk about a familiar name out on the field. Tom Cousineau, class of 1975, Hall of Famer, former Buckeye, former Cleveland Brown, and also had a stint up in the Canadian Football League.
Pretty doggone good linebacker. You know.
There you see him getting a handshake with Coach Lombardo. And you see him, yes, he is older, he's much thinner, but when he was a young man playing in the game, we talked about it with Coach Matt Wilhelm on the side. They were big dudes when they played.
Dude.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 as we get ready for the second quarter play. The Mustangs will have the wind at their back. They'll bring one in motion. That's Alex Springs. They'll go with 3. Underneath, ball's batted up, and...
Intercepted him maybe? Nope.
Nope, I think it might be caught. Well, there's a tussle for it.
Oh, they're going to give the interception.
That's Landon Leamer, I believe, with the INT. Yes, it is.
He just wrestled that ball away from him because it was a dual catch.
Batted at the line and just fought for it. When that ball's anywhere around, number 22 is always there.
Yeah, he's either there making a tackle, he's either there breaking up a pass, or he's intercepting it. He's having a pretty good year.
So wherever the ball goes, Landon Lamer goes there too.
He's going to be there.
And for Lamer on the year, 64 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. Now let's add an interception. And that is the 5th interception for the Eagles defense this year. So Brandon White will dot the I in the pistol formation. 2 receivers on the near side. Hackleman is a lone receiver in single coverage to the top. Play action. It'll be Vanchik running for the first down, slipping out of his way and trying to dive for that first down, but I think he's going to be about a half yard shy.
About a yard short, and it was good that he got down. What's happening is he's reading that defensive end. That end is closing so hard, he just keeps it. It's part of the option on the inside zone.
Eagles came into this game -3 on turnovers, now make it -2. They've given up the ball 9 times. They've taken it away 7 times. You want to get that number in the positive side.
Positive side, absolutely.
2nd down and 2 after a gain of 8 by Ivanchik. It's him running it again. Puts his head down. Let's see where they spot the football. They're going to say he was down on contact.
Yep.
Doesn't look like he may have gotten much more than a yard. Brings up a 3rd and short.
It looks like the McNamara defense is willing to give him the chance to run the ball versus the running back. They're taking the running back away by closing down hard. Gianni Davis on the tackle there, coming off his defensive end, number 4.
Talk about a bloodline for Gianni Davis. His dad, Vernon Davis, played in the NFL.
Yep.
2-back set with White and Buchanan. Ivanchik in the middle. Handoff goes to Brandon White as he slips and slides, and he finds his way into the touchdown. I don't know how he did it from 13 yards out.
Somebody dropped breadcrumbs before the game because that's the only way he could see the end zone. I'm telling you, there was a body everywhere down there, and he just found a way.
It is amazing that he was able to get that. Look at the run. It looks like he stopped.
Well, he was, and then he wasn't.
Brandon White picking up his 9th rushing touchdown of the year. Will Lavelle getting ready for the extra point. Sends this one high and good through the end zone. Eagles take a 21-0 lead here in the first half. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Bettering lives is what you live for. You treat setbacks as a chance to come back stronger and create new ways to move past injuries. See how we're advancing orthopedic care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Welcome back as Brandon White getting the touchdown. And boy, the schedule, we're already past the halfway mark. Let's take a look at the schedule for the remainder of the season, brought to you by Olympic Forest Products. You've got Bishop McNamara today. Then it's the battle between the Saints, St. Ignatius, and St. Edward next week, and that's going to be one heck of a ball game and a packed place. Then they've got Football North. You cannot sit on Football North after they pounded Massillon last night.
Well, exactly. I mean, you say, well, it's Canada. Yeah, they're good football players.
This one
That's
kicked
out of bounds.
We hadn't seen that for a couple of weeks, as the kick this time was Will Lavelle on the kick. Sends that out, and McNamara will have good field position at the 35-yard line.
Well, it looks like Koopman's back in the job, kicking off. I mean, you can't give the ball at the 35. You just can't do it. Not with the coverage that St. Ed's usually gets. And the way Koopman kicks it, usually you can get it in the end zone or close. And into this wind, it might have been close.
So the Eagles in the second quarter coming into this game, they're outscoring their opponents 74-30, only giving up 60 first half points. And 21 of it was last week
Yep.
against Massillon. But we're referring to that game last week in every other comment.
The problem is you're only as good as your last performance, you know what I mean? And until they get that taste out of their mouth, that's what's going to happen.
So it'll be Denson now in the backfield out of the Wildcat. They'll bring the quarterback in motion. Denson's going to run. He'll get it over the 35 to the 36. Aiden Peterson coming in on the tackle.
And he came off the edge. What St. Ed's is doing right now, they're running a four-man front with one middle linebacker, and then that gives them maximum coverage in the secondary. And yet this McNamara team hasn't shown the ability to run the football against this four-man front. It's
so
a five-man box.
Now they're going to put KJ Underwood back in the shotgun formation. Two athletes back there for the Mustangs.
Now it's a six-man box.
Denson getting the football. He'll get hit very quickly as Makai Boone comes in from his cornerback position to make the tackle at the 40.
St. Ed's is bringing a lot of edge pressure off the outside.
Brings up a 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. A little warm day out there on the field here in Lakewood, but the breeze off the lake is very nice. But not up here in the press box.
Not up here, no. Somebody needs to open a door.
9:06 remaining here in the opening half, as the Mustangs now go to a two-back set. A lot of times they'll run one out of the backfield in this. Play action.
Wheel route.
Underneath, pass is caught. Xavier Brown picks it up inside slant to the 31.
Yep, they ran the slant with a wheel right behind it. Hit the slant right in stride.
Xavier Brown getting looks from Maryland, offers from Syracuse, and in the MAC at Toledo. Now here they go in a little quick formation. Two-back set, two receivers on the near side. Single coverage. Underwood's going to bring one out of motion. Caught to Denson. He'll get it to the 29-yard line. Good counter right there by Bishop McNamara.
Well, that was our man John Troy again in on the tackle, and he lost a helmet.
And he's got to come out for a play. Brendan Schultz coming in on the tackle as well. Under 8 minutes to go here in the opening half.
So Larry Harris has now replaced Troy at the linebacker spot, so chance for him to get some playing time.
Coach Greg Calhoun for Bishop McNamara in his 4th season. 12-18 for this squad. Talked to him at the beginning here when he arrived here in the press box. Very nice gentleman. All the coaches very, very welcoming. They appreciate the hospitality here at Lakewood Stadium. 3 wideouts to the left-hand side. They're going to force the throw. Looking, lots of time. Finding it underneath and almost picked off that time by Makai Boone as he came underneath on the coverage.
They were trying to run some kind of mesh concept, and they got blocked. They actually picked the defender, which is why they got open. You might be able to see it. No, you're not going to see it here. But right there, they were picking across.
So it brings up 3rd down and 7. Bishop McNamara has done well. They're 2 of 3 on 3rd down conversions.
Well, on those 3 third down conversions, they were short. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
They'll go with, let's see, I think that is Underwood back there.
3-man front.
They're going to go empty backfield. And a timeout is going to be called.
Murderer.
Well, as we're in the timeout, we had Will Lavelle as our impact player of the ball game. Came into the game 13 of 13. He's now 16 of 16 on extra points.
It sounds silly, but you got to get the easy points when you can.
And I think in this game, he's going to be tested because these kids from McNamara are jumping high.
Yep. You better not hit any low liners because they're coming back at you.
No, not at all. 7:20 remaining. Adam Mendoza along with Larry Wolf. Our booth producer is Harper Lucas. Our statistician is Rob Cinco. Our producer-director is Christopher Mendoza.
One of the things I saw earlier in the pregame warm-up when we were down there, I was watching McNamara's extra point team. A very slow snap. The ball floats, and it's not a tight spiral. You may have the opportunity to block one of those. I'm calling it now. So that when it happens, I can say, I told you so.
3rd down and 7. They're looking over the sideline to get that play, and they're taking a long, long time.
They just had a timeout.
Play clock down to 10. Play clock at 5. Now, on the snap, heavy rush out there being chased. He'll throw, and it's going to be a touchdown. And the catch was made by Carter Sedgwick of Bishop McNamara.
He got around Braylon Adams, and Braylon Adams just stopped his feet and started to play the quarterback instead of the receiver. You'll see it up here at the top of the screen. He just stops right there, and he goes right over the top. Bam.
Touchdown by Bishop McNamara.
Actually, that was Brodon Moore that stopped his feet.
So now they like to use the swinging gate, and they'll run out of this formation.
Yeah, well, they're not going to run this time because it's pretty well defended. Oh, they are going to run it. Here we go. Option. Pass.
Overthrows. Pass attempt by number 22, Keontae Glenn. Well, as the Mustangs of Bishop McNamara get on the board, let's take a look at their schedule for the remainder of the year, brought to you by Olympic Forest Products. After St. Ed's, they take on Archbishop Carroll, then Gonzaga, DeMatha Catholic, St. John's College, and Our Lady of Good Counsel.
Piece of cake.
That's a who's who of Maryland and D.C. football.
Yep.
And the Eagles know about Good Counsel. They played them a couple of years ago here on national TV.
And I know we in Ohio think that Ohio is the creme de la creme of all high school. Listen, they play good football on the East Coast too, and especially these prep schools and these Catholic schools.
And you look at the last 2 games against Maury out of Virginia and St. Mary's Riken, overtime and 3 overtimes.
Yep.
Those are tough ways to lose a ball game.
Absolutely.
You're in the game.
Oh, yeah. You're one play away.
And against St. Mary's Riken, they got the ball to start the overtime period, and boom, ran it right down.
Yep. Well, they could easily be 4-0.
Yeah.
They come in here 4-0, it's a whole different feel.
21-6 as the Eagles getting ready. Hackleman will be the deep man in the middle. White on the near side and brought on Moore.
He booted this one.
Oh, that's a high end over end kick. It'll be a touchback as the Eagles will get it at the 20-yard line. Good kick there by Braylon Hampton.
That was something we didn't see in the pregame. I mentioned it in his original kickoff that I thought he'd get it to the 10. We got a little bit of wind behind him.
That's kind of like off the tee. You got the wind behind you. You're going to just go for the green on the par 3.
Why is it a little wind when it's behind you, but it's a lot of wind when it's in your face?
Because you don't want to say, oh, I had a lot of wind behind me there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, golfers and baseball players, they'll talk about that
They're
way.
Just the most superstitious people in the world. I still have my game socks and my batting gloves from the state championship in 1971. I told my wife to put it in the casket with me.
Pass out to Hackleman, cuts inside, breaks a tackle to the 25, gets out to the 30, out to the 35.
Yeah, late hit.
And a late hit is going to be called, and they're going to tack on another 15 yards after the catch to Hackleman.
That was Jaden Bird delivering the late hit. It wasn't a huge hit. It was just out of bounds by 2 yards.
Personal foul against McNamara. Now that's about 40. Let's see. They've got 20 to 35 yards in penalties.
You'll see it here on the sideline coming right at you. He's out of bounds right there. Bam.
So the Eagles will get it in Mustang territory. Hackleman came into this game 22 catches for 300 yards, averaging just under 14 yards a catch, 6 touchdowns. He's run the ball twice for 9 yards. Play action.
Down the seam, got him wide open. Oh, he closed.
Oh, good play coming down as DeQuan Thompson, the James Madison commit. Boy, that closed down quickly.
He broke a coverage, and this is how athletic he was. He recovered in time. It's wide open. He's wide open, and all of a sudden he goes, uh-oh, I better close this down. That double coverage down here on the bottom on Ryan Mikowski, and then he just closed off and took off.
On the front side for the Mustangs, Jahani Davis, a Maryland commit, Thomas, JMU, Donovan Murphy, a UMass commit. Now they give it a ball to Buchanan. Boy, he got wrapped up at the 45-yard line, and he was pushed back, but Ty Buchanan is a very strong runner.
That's Johnny Davis. When he gets a hold of you, you've been gotten a hold of. He's not letting go.
So in this game, you've got 2 players that have some lineage. Jahani Davis, his dad, Vernon Davis, played in the NFL. You've got Matt Wilhelm, the father of Mason Wilhelm, who played in the NFL as well.
Yep. And both were pretty good players in the NFL.
Matt Wilhelm, Ohio State Hall of Famer. 2-back set. It'll be Brandon White, cuts up the field.
First down.
He gets it to the 38. Ever since that fumble against Glenville, when he gets close to getting tackled, he puts 2 hands on the football.
On to the football, absolutely.
That is a lesson learned.
True Wooten on the tackle there. That's an interior lineman getting down the line of scrimmage, making a good play. And a pretty good running back.
And for Wooten, he's been getting some D3 offers. St. Ed's 189 yards in total offense so far. 1 in motion. Play action. Back out over to Hackleman, trying to split the defense. Fights his way to the 31-yard line, getting a little help by Jamal Menafield. Drew Wooten once again coming in on the tackle.
One of the things I'm noticing, when that ball goes in the air, any distance, those safeties close on it right now. I mean, they are all over it. So the short passing game underneath, the tunnel screens, those kind of things are going to be good plays. They're basically end sweeps is what they are.
Andrew Hicks, an Albany commit on that defensive backfield, number 1. Pistol formation. It'll be Brandon White again, finding the hole, cuts in through 1, still on his feet to the 5, and he's going to score from 32 yards out. His second rushing touchdown of the day. He is a magician out on the field.
I'm telling you, that's a Houdini move. He's had 2 great runs that are very similar. Should have been stopped 2 or 3 different times. Right there Right there, right there. And oh, by the way, got a little help from the official.
You know, he's got a number of offers from D1 schools. Boy, just wait. He is having a day so far. 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lavelle puts it up, and it's good. Eagles lead it now 28-6 with 4:57 to go in this opening half. And
I don't know. You figure it out. I don't. He just refuses to be tackled. That's all you can say. He just refuses.
We've seen running backs, both teams this year, doing fabulous things, but those 2 touchdown runs are just incredible. You know, we're week 6. We're just weeks away from the start of the playoffs, and after this week, here's the Region 1 standings as of yesterday. Menor picked up a big win. They're the number 1 team. St. Ed's, Berea Mid-Park, Canton McKinley. The top 4 teams will get a bye. The top 12 make it to the playoffs. Now, with St. Ignatius' loss last night, they dropped to about 14th.
You look at that schedule. I mean, those teams, there's just great football up here. There's just great football, and you can go all the way down to 8. You got Massillon Jackson, for Pete's sakes. They're a pretty good football team.
Jonah Koopman in the air, high, short. It'll be down on the ground. It's going to go into the end zone and a touchback.
He got lucky there. It went in the end zone. If that did not go in the end zone,
that could have been trouble. So the ball will go out to the 20-yard line as the Mustangs getting a big help from the bounce.
I'm waiting to see when the National Federation is going to change that rule and let you return it out of the end zone, because that would have been a free ball then.
Well, we've not only in football, you see some rules that do not translate going into college, but they talk about it in basketball. I know St. Ed's head coach for basketball, Eric Flannery, has been a big proponent of a shot clock in high school.
Yeah. Problem with getting people to operate it, that's the problem. You got to have, because you're going to go on the road and play some places that, you know, East North Jabip, and they don't have a guy running the doggone scoreboard that knows. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You got to get people.
So the Mustangs will come out. Here is KJ Underwood. He is 5 of 7 for 75 yards. The handoff goes to Denson. Pickup of a few yards on the play.
That's a good first down play. That's about a 5-yard gain. This is what McNamara needs to do. They need to keep the St. Ed's offense on the bench, and they need to sustain this drive.
They only have 3 first downs so far in the ball game. Donovan Barnes in the backfield along with KJ Underwood. Underwood looking over the defense. 3 wide outs. Underwood on the day, 5 of 7. Brings 1 in motion. He's going to look to the near side. Fires underneath. Open. Catch made by Alex Springs. A big first down for the Mustangs.
Well-designed play. By sending that man in motion, it forced the slot corner to widen out, and then they ran the slant route underneath him. The only guy left was the safety. Well-designed play.
Springs coming up with the reception. That gives them their 4th first down of the day. Springs 2 catches for 24 yards. Underwood can sling that pigskin.
Oh, yeah.
Handoff to Barnes. He'll get tripped up at the 39. No gain on the play.
That was Gavin Dubinsky on that tackle.
Timeout will be called by the Eagles with 3:36 to go here in the opening half. Adam Mendoza along with Larry Wolf here at First Federal Lakewood Stadium. Larry, can you believe it? We're in week 6. We're going to be on the back half of the football season.
We are on the back half, and it's only September. It's driving me crazy. We used to play football in the snow. Now, you might play it up here in the snow, but down in Columbus, we don't play in the snow anymore. Come on.
That's why we like cold weather come playoff time.
I know.
But that is where you see teams, and we talked about that, teams will adjust. If you're a running team, here, they were saying this is a good passing day.
Yeah, a beautiful offensive day for all those teams that want to just chuck and duck. Yeah.
But you get into October, you're really going to need that ground game to go.
In November, it gets cold, and you start getting that freezing rain and sleet, and the field gets frozen. Yeah, everybody's wearing extra layers, and the ball's slippery, and yeah, here we go.
Yeah, they wear extra layers except the linemen.
Yeah, well, the running backs, I wouldn't let my running backs wear sleeves either because the ball gets on that and slips right out of it. Put it on your skin, be tough, let's go.
Not like when we played, you had the guards everywhere, the big neck brace, shoulder pads that made you look, that gave you about 6 extra inches in height. Not like they do now.
Nope, everything form-fitting.
2-back set, 2nd and 10. They'll bring one out of the backfield in motion.
There's your slot again.
Heavy rush underneath, threw it behind the receiver. That was Keontae Glenn.
He did not have a good handle on that ball when he threw it. I think he was just trying to get rid of it quickly because it was supposed to be a real quick stop or slant route, and it just came out of his hand funny.
When you look at these wide receivers and they go up against the St. Edward defenders, there's some good matchups there.
It's some athlete versus athlete.
Brings up 3rd down and 10. The Mustangs have been very successful on 3rd downs today.
Watch this. They'll motion to quad. You watch. They'll motion to quads down here, and they'll run that slot slant again. Is he coming? Nope, he's not.
They'll work it inside. There's the big rush, and back to the 29-yard line. Here's the sack. They'll lose 11 yards on the play. And coming in,
Rodon
Moore, the Western Michigan commit. Talk about that heavy rush from the outside. Colin Crocker also leading that charge.
Field pressure. It came underneath the tackle. The tackle widened to pick up the defensive end and left it with a slot, and the back went the wrong direction.
Now it's 4th down and a big bus ride for the Mustangs.
Well, they're going to punt this ball away, which is exactly why St. Ed's called the original timeout on 2nd down, because they wanted to get the ball back.
And with plenty of time here in the first half, right. 3:25.
You got a chance to put this game away early.
Well, the Eagles are going to send 2 back. It'll be Hackleman and Brandon White as your punt returners. 2 youngsters that can
go the distance. And they want to make sure they field this ball. Now, he has a funny punt. He lays it flat and kicks it sideways. So it's going to be a knuckleball kind of kick.
This time it's going to be Miles Hines, or make that Keontae Glenn there for the punt. High floater.
Yeah.
Eagles are going to let it bounce.
Pick it up and go.
Brandon White at the 25, out to the sideline, and he gets out of bounds. And it bounced right to him.
Yep.
3:14 remaining here in the first half. Eagles, again, another possession. Eagles have scored on each of their possessions here in the first half.
It's notable that Andrew Hicks, number 1, the defensive back and wide receiver for McNamara, is down on the sidelines. I saw him on the field, came up limping. I don't know whether it's a hammy or
cramps,
but it's definitely a leg, and he was hobbled.
And that is a big player to lose on that defensive side. Andrew Hicks, the Albany commit. You know, you look at the Washington, D.C., Maryland area. They're known for basketball. You know what they're also known for? They're lacrosse.
Yeah,
that is a hotbed, not only on the high school side, but on the collegiate side.
Absolutely. Well, John Hopkins and those schools that are over in that area, they're outstanding in lacrosse.
So the Eagles coming over to talk to Coach Lombardo with 3:14 to go. He's telling his kids, hey, get over here. I need to tell you a couple of things.
Yeah, like score.
They do have plenty of time.
Yep.
When you look at their scoring plays, first one about 5-6 minutes, 3 minutes, so they do have enough time. Johnny Ivanchik is 6 of 8 for 93 yards. He has a 51-yard touchdown pass. Brandon White, 12 carries, 96 yards, 2 unbelievable touchdowns with a long run of 32.
Either one of those runs could have gone as far as he wanted him to go because he wasn't getting tackled. He just wasn't getting tackled.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line for St. Ed's. They'll go with an offset eye. Handoff goes to Brandon White. He gets big yardage and a big first down as the pile gets to the 49-yard line. What a push.
The initial hit was made by Lawrence Diggs.
Lawrence Diggs coming in to make the initial hit. Boy, and then you have those linemen come down the field and
push. Yeah, don't push me. Push the other guy.
Backs are split in the backfield once again. Handoff goes to Brandon White into the secondary. Gets taken down at the 37-yard line. Coming in to make the stop is Aldair Medina.
Daquan Thomas, we always say this about running backs, he broke his ankles. Watch this move on Daquan Thomas right there. Boop. And he hurt his ankle. He literally hurt his ankle. He was hobbled. He's back out there, obviously, but he's walking a little gingerly.
Buchanan to the left of Ivanchik, White to the right. Say that 3 times fast, but it's Ivanchik running the football. He'll cut it up, and boy, he gets dropped on a big play by Daquan Thomas.
See, he's got that sore ankle. He wanted to pass the pain along because I'm telling you what, he dropped Johnny Ivanchik.
And that one wasn't, that was on the shoulder. And you're looking at that, that's why you heard all the oohs and ahs. Look at the tackle being made. Boom.
See, now I'm going to be critical here of Jamal Menafield. He came through the line. He was wide open. Just keep running downfield and find somebody in an ugly shirt and block him. And he was looking around. Don't look around. Just go. Score a touchdown yourself. Somebody will show up. Trust me.
Backs pistol formation with an offset eye. Ivanchik looking to throw into the corner. Looking for Hackleman. He'll come up, and the ball is knocked out of his hands. Once again, Aldair Medina coming in on the defensive play. But great throw into double coverage there.
He got it underneath Daquan Thomas and over there, and it was a perfect throw. He just couldn't come up with it. Take a shot.
What good coverage, but a good throw there by Ivanchik.
Yep. That's where you almost have to stick your foot in the ground and come back and catch the ball at the high point.
Ivanchik 7 of 9 on the afternoon. They're going to give it to Buchanan as he bursts through the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, and he gets inside the red zone. Another first down. That is the 14th for the Eagles.
With a minute 35, St. Ed's has 1 timeout left, so they got plenty of time left on the clock. They just have to use this time well.
First and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line. Koopman is your receiver at the bottom of your screen.
Running left.
Hackleman to the right.
Nope.
They go play action.
Wheel route. Got him open on the wheel.
Boy, that could have been intercepted as that was underthrown to Brandon White.
Threw it off his back foot, and that ball got up in the wind, and the wind just held it right there.
Wind picking up as the afternoon progresses out of the north, and you see the throw right there and got underneath, and that could have been trouble.
If he'd have come back for the ball, he might have gotten a pass interference, too. So you got to throw it where they ain't. Throw it where they ain't.
66 seconds remaining in the opening half. Good contingent coming up to make their way from the Maryland area, just outside of Washington, D.C.
Around the south outer belt on the Maryland side.
Second down and 10. White out of the backfield.
Get him in space. Look out.
Oh, and he got wrapped up and taken down by Jahani Davis.
Now you're going to have to get some yardage here because you're kicking into the wind here. Now right now it would be about a 37, 38-yard field goal.
And the Eagles have not attempted a field goal this year.
Nothing like the present.
No, that's
Who was our player of the game?
Or who was our impact player? Yeah, Will Lavelle.
Oh, okay. Talk's cheap. Play me or trade me,
First ever matchup between St. Ed's and Bishop McNamara. Now, we've talked about that the Eagles this is the 10th game against a Maryland team. They're 9-0 against Maryland squads. Against out-of-state opponents, the Eagles are 87-11-1. We said they've won 22 of 24. Their losses, one last year to Boyle County, Kentucky. Then you had to go all the way back to 2019 when they lost to Cass Tech. Actually, 2018, 21-20 on a Hail Mary pass.
Cass Tech out of Detroit, Michigan.
They had some players. They got dudes.
They have dudes.
That's the word of the season.
Well, some of them have like one eye, two fangs, and hair sticking. You just know you're in trouble at that point. You just know.
Backs are split. Ivanchik on a half roll. Heavy rush. Fires.
Corner route. Got him.
Pass is caught. Touchdown, Zach Hackleman. Before the end zone. Ran out, and Hackleman comes up with the TD.
Throw it to the pylon. Do we have an eagle up top here?
There is an eagle flying up in the air.
Over the stadium.
Yep.
I think it's an eagle.
Or a red hawk.
It doesn't matter. It's a big bird.
Yeah, he's looking for something to eat.
Well, it's 34-6. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
Will Lavelle. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-6. St. Ed's with the lead on Hackleman's touchdown reception. That is his second of the ball game.
Should have gone for 2. We could have gotten that 30 points and had a running clock in a second. Come on. I'm going to have to talk to Coach Lombardo about that.
He's always you talk about intensity. When we talked to Coach Pete Pappas before the game, intensity ratcheted.
There were no smiles.
Coach Lombardo, same way. He'll come up, he'll smile, but then he'll give you the skinny right there.
When I coached, a lot of my players didn't think I had teeth because I never smiled. Guys, we're grumpy. We're just naturally grumpy people because we're never satisfied, and we don't want our players to be satisfied. You can always be better, and it's tough.
It is.
But it's a tough business, and it's a tough job, but it's why this game is so important. It creates good men, and you have to have good men. You have to have good people.
And these young men getting led by their coaching staff, those leaders that teach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't matter.
The lessons last forever.
This kick, end over end. It'll be taken at the 9-yard line. He's down. Oh, they said he juggled the football. That was Dorsey. They said he juggled it while he was going down, so he got lucky.
Well, that's twice he's gotten lucky.
Initial hit on the tackle was by number 42, Josh Weber, number 22, Lance Slater.
We don't have it.
So the ball will be spotted at the 15 with 43 seconds remaining.
I don't think that 5 yards is going to matter. It shouldn't.
We talked in our pregame about one of the big keys for St. Ed's off to a good start. That's a good start, 35-6.
That's a real good start.
Eagles, 224 on that drive, 8 plays, covering 35 yards.
That was a perfect pass. They threw it right at the pylon. The only guy who could catch it was Zach Hackleman, and he did.
Ivanchik now 8 of 12 for 111 yards, 3 touchdowns in the game. KJ Underwood, quarterback for the Mustangs. Landon Leamer dropping way back as they get the pass, almost picked off an opportunity as that pass was thrown to Amari Folson. Boy, the Eagles would have loved to get a pick 6.
Absolutely.
So when we get to our wide shot, you look at number 22 in the defensive backfield. He's playing about 15 yards off the ball. That's Landon Lamer, and then he gets up in the ball.
Yeah, well, because he's got one speed, all out. He's a football player.
2 linebackers, Troy, along with Peterson. Underwood fires, pass, in a lot of traffic. Peterson could have had an opportunity for the interception as that pass was thrown to Alex Springs.
Yeah, Alex Springs drew a crowd there. I mean, there were a lot of ugly hats.
33 seconds remaining in the opening half on a beautiful sun-drenched Saturday afternoon.
You know what's going to happen if they throw an incompletion here? They better run the football. If they throw an incompletion, they're going to have to punt the ball. And
Gavin Dubinsky checks back in defensively.
Yep.
Along with Brendan Schultz on that front line.
This looks like a screen pass coming.
3 on the near side. Here comes the blitz.
They're running.
They're going to run the football, and Dubinsky comes in to make the tackle, or make that Aiden Peterson.
Aiden Peterson and Gavin Dubinsky make the hit.
20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's going to be the last play. They don't want to punt this thing.
Yeah, and they don't have to run another play. 10 seconds remaining in the half. They'll get to the line of scrimmage. They do not have to run a play.
Nope, they're not going to snap it.
And that's going to be it for the first half of action. Eagles go into the halftime break with a 35-6 lead over Bishop McNamara out of Maryland. You're watching Olympic Forest Products St. Edward High School football presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
$20 he shanks it. Yeah, this is going to be out of bounds to Michigan.
Some people play it safe, others grip it and rip it.
That's why I call long drive right down the fairway.
Just like Olympic. Long reach, no shortcuts.
For over 40 years, Olympic's been hitting it long and straight, delivering dependable, high-quality pallet solutions with national coverage and local service.
Fairways and freightways. Keep it straight, keep it consistent.
Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance.
Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick dominates as Ohio's powerhouse personal injury law firm. For 2 decades, K&R has been relentless in our pursuit of justice, battling the big insurance companies and securing some of the largest settlements in the Buckeye State. We forged our way to the top by taking on the toughest cases and treating every client like they're our only client. Hurt in a car? Call K&R, Ohio's largest injury law firm, at 1-800-HURT-NOW.
When bettering lives is what you live for, you treat setbacks as a chance to come back stronger and create new ways to move past injuries. See how we're advancing orthopedic care at Cleveland Clinic today.
At Joyce Buick GMC, serving the community for nearly 60 years means offering the best service and deals in town.
Check out our great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
We are receiving truckloads of new vehicles and fresh trade-ins daily.
Visit us today for our lowest prices and great selection.
And that's why people say, drive Joyce. Your friends and neighbors do.
Joyce Buick GMC. Visit us on Chester Road in Avon or online at drivejoyce.com.
Ohio, are you ready for Monsters, The Fury, and The Charge? Are you ready to finally watch sports the way they should be? Free Rock Entertainment Sports Network, The Rock, 24/7 access to local Ohio sports and entertainment. No cords, no apps, no subscriptions. Every level of competitive sports, from high school to the pros. Live for viewers across Ohio. Watch The Rock now on Channel 22.1 or Spectrum 979.
Golf can be tough.
Kind of like managing your supply chain without Olympic.
Luckily, we know how to hit out the rough.
And no Michigans needed. I mean, mulligans. You sure about that, Reed? I've got this. It's in the hole.
Let's go!
At Olympic Forest Products, we know that feeling. For over 40 years, we've helped businesses avoid the hazards to sink long putts. Olympic Forest Products. However difficult the shot, we've got your back.
Started by a father, built by a family, proudly serving Cleveland since 1991. Franciscus Roofing has delivered honest, high-quality work starting with 1 truck and 1 promise: do the job right. From inspections to full replacements, our family-owned team brings craftsmanship to every roof.
Get your free estimate today at 1-866-STAY-DRY.com.
It's so easy if you try. 1-866-STAY-DRY. Franciscus Roofing.
Being in Esmond is all about brotherhood, a diverse community where everyone has your back.
It's an education for the future, showing us how we can all make a difference in the world.
It's about top-tier athletics, pushing us further than we ever thought we'd go. We invite 8th grade families to experience Holy Cross hospitality at Open House on Sunday, October 5th. See you there.
Next, the Marching Eagles will be joined from students participating in Marching Eagle for a Day. These middle schoolers are given the opportunity to perform and rehearse next to members of the Marching Eagles and experience what it is like to be part of a marching band. Please welcome these students to the field as they join the Marching Eagles to play the classic, We Got the Beat. Our last selection of the night is a surefire classic to get anyone pumped up. Upon release, this track only topped at 84 on the charts in the U.S., but its popularity slowly increased over time, and it was recently voted as the third best Queen song by Rolling Stones magazine. This is Don't Stop Me Now. behalf of St. Edward High School and the Marching Eagles, we thank you for your support. The Marching Eagles invite you to support them at their next competition on October 4th at 6 p.m. at Avon Lake High School. Once again, your Marching Eagles.
All right.
I got you now.
Yeah. Today's game is brought to you by Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance. By Franciscus Roofing, Cleveland, Ohio's trusted name in roofing. By Joyce Buick GMC. Drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors do. By Tokar & Company CPAs, your local and full-service accounting firm. By J.P. Farley, empowering people, elevating benefits. By Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick. Hurting a car? Call K&R. And by the Cleveland Clinic, official healthcare provider of St. Edward Athletics. It is 35-6. Adam Mendoza along with Larry Wolf on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network. Very good first half for the Eagles, doing it on the air and on the ground.
Yeah, one of the things we talked to Coach Pappas about was you got to flush last week and you got to move on, and they've done that. They've come out quick, they scored 35 points, and the defense is playing well.
When we come back, we'll take a look at our halftime stats as well as some of the halftime highlights as the Eagles lead it 35-6 here. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Can be tough.
Kind of like managing your supply chain without Olympic.
Luckily, we know how to hit out the rough. And no Michigans needed. I mean, mulligans. You sure about that, Reed? I've got this. It's in the hole.
Let's go!
At Olympic Forest Products, we know that feeling. For over 40 years, we've helped businesses avoid the hazards to sink long putts. Olympic Forest Products. However difficult the shot, we've got your back.
Nice job, young man.
Good job. Oh, he's got the thing covering his ear.
You can't hear. It's all right.
Did you check the battery? Did you check the battery on that?
It's still.
Okay.
How do we fit in that little screen?
I don't know.
You got a melon head and I got a pencil head.
Okay, we're coming to the crowd shot.
Halftime highlights?
Crowd shot, then right to the highlights. 3, 2, highlights are not sponsored. 3, highlights are not sponsored. 3, 2, 1.
35-6. St. Ed's leading it over Bishop McNamara here from First Federal Lakewood Stadium. There you see some of the folks making the trip from Maryland, and what a great weekend to make the trip to Northeast Ohio.
It's a little warm here, just like it is in Maryland, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, first half action, boy, it's been a very good job by the Eagles as we'll take a look at the highlights here. Boy, St. Ed's doing a little bit of everything. As
nice little pass out to that running back, and he was wide open. Both guys were wide open. The corner route was open for the wide receiver. Now you've got Zach Hackleman doing what he does.
And he's got a couple of touchdowns, but then look at the magician of Brandon White.
I'm not sure how he got out of there, but he did.
He didn't do it just once.
No.
He did it twice, But here's the touchdown for the lone score by Bishop McNamara as they get their touchdown to cut the lead down. But then look at Brandon White again.
Bing, bing, bing. See ya. I mean, he just refuses to go down today.
Just under 100 yards, and then this one.
Perfect pass. Right.
What a pass to Zach Hackleman in the corner.
Throw it on the pylon. And he did.
You got to be there as we take a look at our Tokar and Company stats for the half. 179 yards on the ground.
To 8 yards.
Those are some
McNamara.
111 passing. McNamara's thrown the ball very well. They've thrown the ball for 90 yards, 290 to 98.
Yeah, 290. That's a 580, or that's a 580 game. That's pretty good.
You look at the first down, 16 for the Eagles, just 4 for Bishop McNamara. Penalties. The Eagles playing a very clean game, 1 for 10. But Bishop McNamara, 3 penalties, 35 yards.
And 2 of those 3 were big on the first drive, so that kept the drive alive.
Well, the Eagles lead it here at the half. When we come back, we'll have second half action as St. Ed's leads it over Bishop McNamara 35-6. You are watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
$20 he shanks it. Yeah, this is going to be out of bounds to Michigan.
Some people play it safe, others grip it and rip it.
That's why I call long drive right down the fairway.
Just like Olympic, long reach, no shortcuts.
For over 40 years, Olympic's been hitting it long and straight, delivering dependable, high-quality pallet solutions with national coverage and local service.
Fairways and freightways. Keep it straight, keep it consistent.
Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance.
Started by a father, built by a family, proudly serving Cleveland since 1991. Franciscus Roofing has delivered honest, high-quality work starting with 1 truck and 1 promise. Do the job right. From inspections to full replacements, our family-owned team brings craftsmanship to every roof.
Get your free estimate today at 1-866-STAY-DRY.com.
It's so easy if you try. 1-866-STAY-DRY. Franciscus Roofing.
Lavell's good from 46. I mean, he's been booming them from 46.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Going out.
And welcome back as both teams getting set for their final warm-ups here on a very warm afternoon. As you see, Bishop McNamara getting up there, and we've had an opportunity to take a look at the St. Ed's kicking and Will Lavelle, and he's been hitting it from 46.
Yep.
Now we said that he shanked it.
Well, that was a bad snap at a bad spot, so we're going to blame it on that.
All right, second half keys. We were talking about it during the break. We've seen in previous games the Eagles have this big lead at the half, but then they let teams come back. You were talking specifically like last year, Philadelphia St. Joe's.
Right. I mean, they had a big lead. I think the lead might have been just like this, and it came down to a last possession, and you can't do that. I mean, these teams are talented, and they start to get it rolling, and it's tough to put that fire out. So put the dagger in, finish this game off, get it done, and move on, because you do not want to make this thing go close.
You've got one half of football left, and we know this team is not looking ahead, but they know once this game is over, it's rivalry week.
It's Iggy's. Yep. And it should be once this game is over. But right now you have to respect your opponent and respect the game.
Boy, what a week of football. We'll have one more break. When we come back, we'll get the start of the third quarter. St. Ed's leading at 35-6. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
$20 he shanks it. Yeah, this is going to be out of bounds to Michigan.
Some people play it safe, others grip it and rip it.
That's why I call long drive right down the fairway.
Just like Olympic, long reach, no shortcuts.
For over 40 years, Olympic's been hitting it long and straight, delivering dependable, high-quality pallet solutions with national coverage and local service.
Fairways and freightways. Keep it straight, keep it consistent.
Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance.
Started by a father, built by a family, proudly serving Cleveland since 1991. Franciscus Roofing has delivered honest, high-quality work starting with one truck and one promise: do the job right. From inspections to full replacements, our family-owned team brings craftsmanship to every roof.
Get your free estimate today at 1-866-STAY-DRY.com.
It's so easy if you try. 1-866-STAY-DRY. Franciscus Roofing.
Welcome back as you see the Eagles getting in their final warm-ups, heading back to their sideline for the bench, leading at 35-6. And in this warm-up for the second half, we really concentrated on punters and kickers out there that were really getting their work in.
Yeah, the kickers especially. Now, you hope you don't have to punt, but it would be nice. St. Ed's is going to, at some point this year, need a field goal, and they haven't kicked one yet. So if they get down close, or even if they get to where it's going to be under 50 yards, they've got a chance, because we were watching in the warm-up here, in 46 yards, and they were deep. They were 10, 12 yards deep. I mean, so with this, and it's not a wind, it's a breeze up here. It's just about a 5 mile an hour or whatever, but if you get the ball in the air, it just carries it.
Will Lavelle was really hitting it really well with that breeze behind his back. So the Eagles are going to be kicking into the wind here, kicking with the wind in the third quarter, as Bishop McNamara will get the ball to start the third quarter of play here. Boy, what a wild weekend of high school football.
Well, how do you figure Massillon gets beat 34-2 to a team from Canada, which, and I mean no disrespect, but I know that they were thinking, well, they're from Canada. They're from Canada. They can't be that good.
And the previous week they got smoked by 73 points.
Right. The Canadian team.
So
don't play that team. Whoever that team was, do not play them.
And Massillon played like world beaters against us last week. So this kick will be taken at about the 8-yard line. Boy, talk about a run up the middle. Breaking tackle after tackle. That is Terrence Dorsey as he gets it out to the 44-yard line.
And this is where it starts. You get a kick that comes up short because you don't hit it right. And the next thing you know, they score a touchdown. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. You can't allow that to happen. It's a big hole right in the middle of the kickoff team.
How many missed tackles being made right there?
Yep. The good news is Colin Crocker made the tackle.
Ball at the 44-yard line for KJ Underwood.
When they go with a tight end and a one-back set, this is their best chance to run the football, historically.
3 to the top of the screen. Quick hitter on the outside. They get the pass off to Daquan Thomas. He'll pick up the first down as he picks up 11. Underwood now 7 of 12 on the day. They haven't really been going on the deep ball, but those short passes that you were talking about, very effective.
You get athletes in space, you make one guy miss, and you got a big game.
And they do really well when they go into that trips formation. Yep. 2 wideouts to the near side, 12 personnel with the back, 2 in the backfield. Now they'll bring 1 out of the backfield. Quick speed. Good play there being made on the track down by Aiden Peterson after the catch was made by Donovan Barnes.
Well, if he doesn't slow him down, he might be able to turn that corner and put it in another gear.
This is where we were talking about Bishop McNamara and those athletes that they have.
Well, they can run the ball best when they have a tight end in the game. But when they don't put the tight end in the game and they go 4 wide receivers, they've got athletes all over the place. I know it's 35-6, and here we're talking about how good, but they're athletic.
3 to the right side. Denson in the backfield just to the right of Underwood. Here comes the blitz. Denson getting a big hole into the secondary and making the shoestring tackle there in the defensive backfield is Makai Boone.
11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back, and that's when they run the ball well. When they put a tight end in the game, they can run the football.
Not the start defensively that the Eagles wanted to have in this third quarter.
Here they come again with the tight end, number 22.
That's Keontae Glenn.
Yep.
3 to the right at the top of your screen. Quick hitter on the outside. Pass caught by Springs. He'll pick up the first down, breaking another tackle before John Troy tries to wrestle him out of bounds.
This is exactly what Coach Pappas didn't want to see out of his defense, to come out and not be flat, but not tackle, not go get the football.
Missing 3 tackles on that play.
Alex Springs, well, he's got a little wiggle to him, you know what I mean? And the way you stop that is you get closer. You got to close the angle and you got to close the distance and not dive. Don't leave your feet.
Springs 3 catches for 43 yards as Underwood now 9 of 14 for 127.
You got Johnny Davis in the backfield along with number 56, True Wooten. Now he's going to shift up.
Now they're going to put Wooten. This is going to be a running play. I guarantee it. Yep. They give it to Denson as he follows Wooten, and they'll pick it up inside the 5 down to the 3.
They went with that tight double wing on the right-hand side there where they put the Wooten, the lineman, next to Johnny Davis. And you're talking about some dudes now.
He normally plays left tackle. He is the up back in this 3-man set. Now he's going to go in with the double tight end to the right. They love to run out of this formation, but they're going to throw it underneath, incomplete, but we're going to have pass interference. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Mustangs.
Yep, that probably was. They tried to get around him, and the receiver did a nice job of walling him off with his body, and he had to play through the receiver to get to the ball.
So it'll give a 1st and goal to go for the Bishop McNamara Mustangs.
We're bringing in tight end Donovan Murphy, number 11. And number 14, Kane Van Norden. They're going big here. This is your inverted wishbone. Double tight.
Davis also back in there. So you've got some speed and as they give the ball on the direct snap off to Tariq Denson, and he's going to bring it into the house for the touchdown.
Well, going in motion with the quarterback didn't surprise anybody. You knew it was going to be a direct snap at that point. And they had three big guys in the backfield.
Gets the touchdown. Makes the score 35-12. Braylon Hampton getting ready for the extra point.
Slow snap. Ooh.
And he sneaks it over. 35-13 after the extra point is made with 9:32. We'll take this time out. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports.
Bettering lives is what you live for. You treat setbacks as a chance to come back stronger and create new ways to move past injuries. See how we're advancing orthopedic care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Bishop McNamara getting on the board. Now down 35-13. You were just telling me in the break, this is an important drive.
Yeah, for the offense, because McNamara has some mojo going right now. They've solved this defense a little bit. They feel the short passing game is working for them. They can run the ball a little bit. If St. Ed's goes 3 and out here, they're going to get the ball on the short side of the 50 or close to the 50. And this could become one of those games that you let get closer than it needs to.
And we talked about that as one of our keys to the second half.
Mm-hmm. They need to put people away.
Braylon Hampton takes the ball for the Mustangs.
Braylon Hampton getting ready to kick the ball away. Has it teed up at the 40. Oh, he got a charge into that one, but it'll be picked up by Hackleman at about the 7-yard line. Now he comes up the middle, breaks the tackle. That hole got slowly and closed down. He brings it out to the 29-yard line.
Ethan Stanford on the tackle there. Good play. This St. Ed's offense has got to come out and fire here. They've got to move the ball, erase that touchdown, put some points back on the board.
Langston Lucas will come out to start the second half at the quarterback position.
And they did that in the first half, and he ran the football. So this could be one of those zone read plays.
And with 2 in the backfield, Brandon White and Ty Buchanan back there.
They're going to come off the field side up on the right side there. Yep.
They're going to give the ball to Buchanan. He jumps his way to the 35-yard line.
Good hard run, 6 yards.
Last year, he had to really run the ball a lot because of Brandon White's injury.
Yep.
And this year, he's running with a lot of confidence.
Well, he's not worn out either. I mean, he's not getting 15, 18 touches a game. So when he gets it, he wants to do something with it.
Second down and 4 as Buchanan now 5 carries, 28 yards. But those are important carries that he's got in the game.
Pressure off the edge again. Ooh.
Wow. What a play there being made by Daquan Thomas as he leveled the shoulder pads right into Brandon White.
Absolutely. He squared him up. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Maybe 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1.
Daquan Thomas, the commit to James Madison University, JMU. That's been a program that's come back as of late.
Absolutely.
3rd down, 1 at the 38.
3rd down and 1 for the Eagles. 2 in the backfield once again.
Pressure off the boundary.
It'll be a handoff to White, and White is not going to get it.
He's not going to get it. Nope.
He's going to be about a half-yard shy for the first down marker, and Coach Lombardo is going to keep his troops out there.
Gianni Davis came from the short side of the field here and cut right underneath it and made the tackle. You got to get this first down.
There you saw Daquan Thomas. James Madison commit. We got 3 of them on the defensive side. Davis going to Maryland.
This is important for down the road as well as this game.
Now they look over as they brought Brandon White in motion in the slot. A lot of time taken up on this play clock. Lucas is going to run the ball, quarterback keeper. He's going to pick up the first down as he gets it to the 41, maybe the 42-yard line.
Tackle was made by Gianni Davis.
Jack Marquardt and Jaden Bird having some extracurriculars after the play.
Yeah, just trying to figure out a way to get untangled.
It's enough for a first down.
Marquardt, the junior lineman, along with Landon Walcom and Kincaid over there. Walcom, the center, and punter. 3 down linemen for the Mustangs. Pressure on the edge. Pass.
Got him.
Has Zach Hackleman. He catches the ball, breaks the tackle. He's going to get his 3rd touchdown of the day. He ties his record again for 3 touchdown receptions in a ball game.
Aldera Medina had the coverage there, and he had him tackled. He just couldn't bring him down. It's a perfect ball. The ball was actually a little underthrown. Put it out there. Let Zach go get it.
Zach Hackleman tying his own record for 3 touchdown receptions in a game. Wow. Are you stunned? Surprised?
I'm not surprised that he scored. I'm surprised that he wasn't tackled. But that ball was that's pretty good football.
Thrown there by Langston Lucas, who came into the game 10 of 15 for 113 yards. That's his second touchdown pass.
I think Coach heard me about going for 2 and getting this game to 30.
Well, it's Langston Lucas with Buchanan and White in the backfield as they attempt a 2-point conversion.
Back out of the backfield into the flats.
Oh, it's Langston looking, throwing, and it is caught. Good catch by the Eagles at the back of the end zone, and that is Joe Moore.
Big because it puts it up at 30, gets you your running clock. You got big season games coming up. Great catch.
At the back of the end zone.
That's the old Tim Tebow jump pass, but it wasn't a jump pass. He just threw it.
So the Eagles now leading at 43-13. Oh, we got a penalty.
Roughing the passer, maybe?
Well, penalty on that play. And let's see where they spot the football for the kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this game will now be played with a running clock.
Now, when the calendar turns to July, the NFL everybody gets into their preseason mode. Myself, I'm a geek for football. I love the Canadian League, and I'll watch that in July. They're going to come up with massive changes. They're going to shorten the field back to 100 yards.
They're going to narrow it too?
No, they're going to keep it wide, and they're going to bring the end zones in from 20 to 15 yards. And they're moving the goalpost back.
Oh, Canada. They'll figure it out one of these days.
So the Eagles will put the ball at the 45-yard line after the penalty. Eagles should get this into the end zone. And it is through. So the Mustangs will have it at the 20-yard line. As you want to join us on social media, NEO Productions, you can follow them on X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find full game highlights on YouTube, as well as the games themselves. They'll have clips on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Follow NEO Productions. 43-13. Now, let's see what the defense can do. McNamara had a very good first drive to open the third quarter.
Absolutely.
And they run the football, and Denson really getting out of the tackle of John Troy.
Troy's been all over the field today. He's done a nice job.
Got the start last week against Massillon, had 18 tackles. And still coming in, playing hard. Dubinsky also helping out on that play.
Well, Troy's making the most of his chances here.
Oh, absolutely.
He's doing a great job. Got a 4-1 box here, so they're thinking pass.
You got the 3 receivers to the top of your screen.
5 under, 2 deep.
Underwood, 14 attempts, 9 completions, 127 yards. As we are in the running clock. Oh, that is caught by Alex Springs. He's off to the races. Look at him go as he's trying to get tracked down. And he does get tracked down in the backfield by Braden Thomas, the Michigan State commit.
Barely. I'm not sure. I'd have to look again, but I think there was only 10 on the field for St. Ed's.
Look at him just outrunning everybody, but there's Braden Thomas.
Yep. There's 11 out there now, so I don't know whether they got another guy on. I could be wrong. Maybe I missed somebody. My monitor might have been in the way here.
Talk about a big, big play.
Short pass. Short passing game, and get it to your athletes in space and let them do what they do.
First and goal.
Power formation again. Inverted wishbone, I'm sorry.
They're going to run it again. They've got True Wooten on that right side. Now they're going to throw it. Man on coverage. And it is caught in the end zone by Xavier Brown.
That's a perfect throw and a perfect catch, and there's nothing you can do on defense. I mean, he threw it in the barrel. Over the top and dropped it right in the barrel. That's a perfect throw.
2 touchdowns scored here in the second half by Bishop McNamara.
Yep.
The Eagles, they came in allowing opponents 26 points in the third quarter, and here Bishop McNamara getting 2 scores here in the third quarter, as they've only scored 7 coming into this game.
So much for that running clock.
Well, here they go, looking for the 2-point conversion. Wooten is that fullback. Denson getting it, gets hit and upended, and they'll not get the 2-point conversion. John Troy in there on the play. So the 2-point conversion fails, and it's 43-19 with 3:38 to go.
Okay, offense. The defense is having trouble stopping them. You're going to have to keep this football for a while and put points on the board again.
Well, we knew that Bishop McNamara had some athletes, and they're really showing it in the second half. Underwood has thrown the ball really well, 11 of 16 for 206 yards.
Well, and most of the passes are of the dink and dunk variety. They're the underneath kind of things, and they run some interesting routes. The point is they're doing what they can do to get this game back and to be manageable.
71-yard pass, the only catch by their receiver, and that's the long of the day. 3:38 remaining here in this third quarter, and Bishop McNamara has made it very interesting in this second half. Sends this one into the air. It'll be taken.
Brodon Moore.
At the 5, Moore
Look
up
out.
the middle. He is gone. He's got one man to beat. That's the kicker, and he does. It's going to be a house touchdown all the way. His second of the year for Brodon Moore.
All right, so much for that running clock. It's back in business. What a return. I mean, what a great view right there. Look at that sideline camera. Congratulations, boys on the sideline. And he just flattened that angle.
Wow.
Because the kicker, Braylon Hampton, had the angle, and he just flattened that angle.
Can we see the wide angle on that play after the point after? We'll get that after, because we saw the great look from the field camera.
Absolutely great look from the field camera.
They're going to go for 2 because, well, no, they've got Lavelle out there.
They don't need to go for 2. They've got the 30 right now.
Yeah. Talk about Brodon Moore, his second kickoff return for a touchdown this year.
He hit the hole, and it was a different gear. He was shot out of a cannon.
Oh, my goodness.
You could see it just wide open from our beautiful end zone camera.
Will Lavelle sends this one up and through. The Eagles lead at 50-19. I'm hoping we can get another view of it from our wide angle. Look at where he gets it.
I mean, there were guys in the wedge that didn't have anybody to block.
And then Hampton was trying to get him, and he just out-sprinted him to the end zone.
And Hampton had the angle on him, and Brodon Moore just put it into a third gear.
95 yards on the kickoff return.
It kind of reminds me of Woody Hayes talking to the old Notre Dame coach in the Rose Bowl when OJ went 90 yards on a run. He goes, why did he run 90 yards? He said, that's all the farther he had to go, coach.
So Brodon Moore this year had a 90-yard. He was in the top 10 for the Eagles. Zach Hackleman is in the top 5 with 99 yards. So that 95-yard kick ties him with Joel Castleberry, who's one of the running backs coach out for the Eagles right now.
Now this kick needs to get into the end zone. You do not want to give them a chance to go tit for tat here.
Yeah,
because they've got dudes back there that can go the distance.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like a track meet.
Alex Springs is back to receive on the near side.
And this is
Dorsey on the right.
Luke Andrechik is kicking off here.
He'll approach it. Oh, it's going to go into the end zone, and the Eagles get a break as Dorsey was not able to handle the kick. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, and it's a running clock here with a 30-point lead after the big kickoff return by Brodon Moore. His second return for a touchdown this year, 3 for the Eagles.
That was a thing of beauty.
And the speed.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, you got to be quick to play a defensive back. but he had a lot of speed chasing him.
Yep.
50-19 as they're going to go with the Wildcat on the run. It is Donovan Barnes. He'll get to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Tackle is made by Braylon Adams.
Here comes the quarterback back in.
That is KJ Underwood.
And he is a thick dude. I mean, he's got good size to him.
Tariq Denson, who has looks from Oregon, Wisconsin, Toledo, and Maryland. Quick hitter on the outside. Catch is made by Alex Springs before he gets wrapped up and taken down back at the line of scrimmage.
Troy again.
Braden Thomas also helping out.
Yep.
Tackle, the pass rather, was completed to Alex Springs.
Clock down to 30 seconds here in the third quarter. Eagles up 50-19. We have seen explosive plays today from both teams.
Yep, explosive players, both teams. I mean, there's some athletes out there. There are some athletes.
Bishop McNamara getting ready for the conference play coming up in the next few weeks. Washington Catholic Athletic Conference. Very tough conference from the D.C., Maryland area. Underwood looking to throw. He's going to go downtown. Has a receiver open, and it goes incomplete as the coverage there by Mekhi Boone. And, boy, he really held up, not wanting to get that pass interference
call. They got their feet tangled up, but that ball should have been caught.
We're going to take a break as the third quarter comes to an end. St. Ed's 50, Bishop McNamara 19. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
$20 he shanks it. Yeah, this is going to be out of bounds to Michigan.
Some people play it safe, others grip it and rip it.
That's why I call long drive right down the fairway.
Just like Olympic, long reach, no shortcuts.
For over 40 years, Olympic's been hitting it long and straight, delivering dependable, high-quality pallet solutions with national coverage and local service.
Fairways and freightways. Keep it straight, keep it consistent.
Olympic Forest Products. Consistent, reliable, built to go the distance.
Started by a father, built by a family, proudly serving Cleveland since 1991. Franciscus Roofing has delivered honest, high-quality work starting with one truck and one promise: do the job right. From inspections to full replacements, our family-owned team brings craftsmanship to every roof.
Get your free estimate today at 1-866-STAY-DRY.com.
It's so easy if you try. 1-866-STAY-DRY. Franciscus Roofing.
Welcome back to First Federal Lakewood Stadium. St. Ed's leading it 50-19. We will have a running clock. Explosive plays. 4 for St. Ed's rushing, 4 passing, 72 yards total on the run, 148 yards on the pass for explosive plays.
Yep, that will do it.
It'll be a running clock once they get this underway here. Zach Hackleman tying his own record for 3 touchdowns in a game. He's done it 2 or 3 times already. As we'll have punt formation as Keontae Glenn getting ready for the punt. Ooh. Low snap. Still gets it away, but gets an end-over-end kick. Brandon White will get it at the 38 and calls for the fair catch, and that's where the Eagles will turn over on down.
The long snapper snaps it with one hand. That's why the ball doesn't get back there very well.
Well, we're in week 6 of the high school football season. A lot of football coming up. Remaining games here from NEO Productions. Next week we'll have the Battle of the Saints, St. Ed's and St. Ignatius, followed by the football North team coming into town after they beat Massillon. Then we'll be out at Case Western Reserve for St. X and St. X and Ignatius. Then it'll be Moeller. That'll be live on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Oh, baby.
And then Akron Hoban, who came up with a big win last night over Walsh Jesuit.
Yep. That was a hard-hat game. I can guarantee you that.
You look at Bishop McNamara, they've had 1 rushing big play for 13 yards, 4 explosive plays for 147 yards on their end of the football. Langston Lucas into the backfield, hands it off on an end round. There's the run by the Eagles, number 82. That is Dason Williams.
This secondary for McNamara, they are impressive looking. I mean, they are impressive. I always like the St. Ed's defensive backs. They're long, they're lean, they run. These guys are big.
They look like linebackers.
Yeah, DeQuan Thomas is a big man back there.
James O'Donnell into the ball game for the first time. Javon Woods, number 21, in there right now. He'll get the handoff, but he got wrapped up by Gianni Davis, the Maryland commit. Wow.
He swallowed him. He smurfed him.
You just got to wonder, Davis growing up with his dad, Vernon Davis, in the backyard throwing the football around, watching his dad play on Sundays.
Or chopping wood. Hey, son, see that oak tree? I want you to chop that baby down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2. St. Ed's 5 of 7, doing a much better job on 3rd down this week. A lot of 3rd and short situations. They're going to hand the ball off. It'll be a 1st down as...
I was wearing Mekhi Boone's jersey, number 3, but I don't think that's Mekhi Boone.
I'm trying to find my... Ronnie Neal Jr. There's my sophomore roster. So, Ronnie Neal. Javon Davis was the last one. Trying to get our stats guy up to date.
Well, you got different numbers, and it's kind of tough.
Yeah, he changed his number from 29 to 21. He's in the backfield. They're going to run it again. On the run is number 82. That is Khalil Anderson. Dason Williams.
Yep.
When you get this deep,
and
you have the sophomore roster out there, Dason Williams.
But see, these guys are getting a chance to play because they've proven in practice they deserve an opportunity. You know what I mean? You practice hard, you get an opportunity to play.
Noah Ratchfield checking in. Brody Kincaid in there on the line of scrimmage. On the near side, Langston Lucas, the quarterback, awaiting the shotgun snap, drops back, looks right, looks left. Now he's going to tuck and run to the 25, and he gets taken out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. On the track down was Jaden Bird.
And Donovan Murphy, number 11 for McNamara, was claiming he got held.
There's holding on every play.
There's not a jury out there that would have said no. He definitely was held. They were doing the waltz, let's just put it that way.
Caden Yondo now out there in the tight end position. High snap brought down. Woods trying to cut his way and slice and dice his way. And he'll get close to the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21.
Javon needs to put his foot in the ground and get north and south, because the longer he goes side to side, the angrier those defensive backs get. They're going to come up and take his head off.
Javon Woods, 5'8", 176, a junior, came into the game averaging just 2.8 yards a carry.
Well, he keeps doing that, it'll be 5'6" in no time. They're going to squash him.
I mean,
it's a different speed, you know.
We've talked about these kids from Bishop McNamara. They
look
athletic
good.
looking. Yeah,
they make the all-bus team. I'll tell you that. They get off the bus. They are impressive looking.
6:44 running clock here. In the backfield, nope. It is Lucas keeping it up the middle. He'll take on 2. He'll get to the 10, and Langston Lucas fighting his way. The junior getting the 1st down.
Figure out a way to get down on the ground and don't take those hits.
Running clock, 6:23 remaining, 50-19.
I know you say 50 points. How good can that defense be? But I'm telling you, if you look at these guys just as athletes, they are good-looking dudes.
And the Eagles have been able to run in between the tackles. When they go to the outside, that's where Bishop McNamara plays their best.
You go on the edges against these guys, and they'll run you down and make you hurt. Inside is where the damage has been done today.
Javon Woods back into the game, dots the I in the pistol. He'll get the handoff.
There you go.
Oh, he slice and dice his way through there before the tackle being made by Jalen Robinson.
Well, Johnny Davis had a beat on him, and it would have been another nanosecond, and he would have squashed him, but he just got it north and south, got up in there. Johnny Davis got a hand injury here.
Now, Greg Calhoun coached at Gilman early on with Biff Poggi, who had some great Gilman teams that came to Cleveland and played the Eagles a number of years ago on national TV.
Yep.
Then we had to go out to, we met in the middle. We played at West Virginia against Gilman. That was an interesting drive down to West Virginia.
Oh, yeah. They didn't burn any couches after the game, did they?
No, there wasn't a whole lot in that stadium.
I was wondering.
Timeout is called by St. Edwards with 5:03. We're going to take this timeout. You're watching Olympic Forest Products, St. Edward High School football, presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
Bettering lives is what you live for. You treat setbacks as a chance to come back stronger and create new ways to move past injuries. See how we're advancing orthopedic care at Cleveland Clinic today.
50-19, St. Ed's leading it over Bishop McNamara. Now, Bishop McNamara making the trip from Maryland. They're also a Holy Cross school, similar to St. Ed's. And, boy, they play out of the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference. Some great teams in a number of sports out there in the D.C., Maryland area.
Well, D.C.'s got a big contingent of prep schools and private schools, and these guys are they're the real deal.
Ronnie Neal in the backfield. Javon Woods to his right. Play action.
Got him open in the end zone.
Catch made. Touchdown, Javon Woods. His first touchdown reception of the year and a third touchdown pass for Langston Lucas.
Well, Javon changed his jersey today and got a touchdown. He may not give that jersey back.
Good play, good rollout on the play action. Eagles up 56-19.
Noah Ratchford was open in the back of the end zone. He goes, throw it to me. Throw it to me.
Will Lavelle getting ready for the extra point. A little confusion as they left the hole on the right side. And the way these kids from McNamara can jump, you don't want to do that. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Just seeing Kane Van Norden. He's got hops.
Yeah, he does. He stands in the middle, and he gets up, and all you see these giant hands straight up at you.
You know, we talk about basketball players having hops.
Yeah.
That kid is jumping out of the gym when he's in there.
Yeah. Wonder if any of these kids play on their basketball team.
Oh, I'm sure a few do.
I would be willing to bet that they do.
Now, as we get closer to the basketball season, a team that you want to watch on the girls' side is this Bishop McNamara team, top 5 in the country. Yep. Sports Illustrated named them last year's national champions.
Oh, come on. They weren't that good. I mean.
And Coach Calhoun's wife is the basketball coach.
So around Christmas, he has to be very nice to her because she's in season.
So who gets all the benefits for winning?
There are no benefits. There are no benefits.
And he's also the assistant athletic director there.
You just get criticism for losing. No benefits for winning. Story of a coach's life.
Eagles getting ready to kick this one away. Good high end over end kick. It'll be taken at about the 7-8 yard line. Springs on the far side. Taken down as he gets it out to the 35 yard line. Every return by this McNamara team is a dangerous one.
You hold your breath. You just hold your breath. Now, John Troy's got to come out again. His helmet came off again. They may have to duct tape that baby onto his chin. chance for a bunch of young kids to get in the defensive side here now. This is going to be kind of fun. These are names you don't normally hear.
KJ Underwood on the day, 12 of 16 for 206 yards. Flags thrown, pass caught at the 31-yard line.
Must be a legal shift. Yep, it is.
But there are penalty markers on the play.
Eagles will decline it. A big thanks to our camera crew, Liam McKenna up in the booth and Ryan Rhoda down on the field.
That camera's bigger than Ryan.
Also giving big thanks to our floor producer. Both of them are freshmen. Our floor producer, Harper Lucas. Our producer director, Christopher Mendoza. Our statistician, Rob Cinco.
He acts like we like him. He's just bigger than both of us, that's all. This is self-preservation.
We have fun during these games.
We do the best we can.
135 and counting as Underwood out of the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. They're going to be tested. They're going to throw the ball. Looking on the inside slant. It is caught at the 45-yard line. On the catch was Alex Springs.
Good job rallying to the ball. There were about 7 gold hats on the ball.
Braylon Adams coming in to make the play. In that defensive backfield. Kalen Terry in that linebacker spot. Down to 55 seconds, so maybe 1 or 2 plays left in this game as we have been in a running clock. 57-19 St. Ed's.
Rohan Campbell in at the nose.
Denson in the back. He's going to look to throw. Quick hitter on the outside. It is caught by Sedgwick.
Pass is completed to Carter Sedgwick. He steps out of bounds.
Second down and 1.
On the play for St. Edward was Antonio Robinson.
Jameer Golston, Rohan Campbell. Getting a chance to play, and that's kind of fun for those guys. Corbin Herneman.
Loss of a yard.
We're going to call it a loss of a yard on the play with 9 seconds. This will be the last play of the ball game. Underwood looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Stops. Fires. Pass is caught by Xavier Brown. And that is going to be the ball game as the Eagles win this one 57-19 against a very talented Bishop McNamara team out of Washington. Final score 57-19. We're going to take this time out. You're watching Olympic Forest Products St. Edward High School football presented by Franciscus Roofing on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network.
At Joyce Buick GMC, serving the community for nearly 60 years means offering the best service and deals in town.
Check out our great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
We are receiving truckloads of new vehicles and fresh trade-ins daily.
Visit us today for our lowest prices and great selection.
And that's why people say, drive Joyce. Your friends and neighbors do.
Joyce Buick GMC. Visit us on Chester Road in Avon or online at drivejoyce.com.
Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick dominates as Ohio's powerhouse personal injury law firm. For 2 decades, K&R has been relentless in our pursuit of justice, battling the big insurance companies and securing some of the largest settlements in the Buckeye State. We forged our way to the top by taking on the toughest cases and treating every client like they're our only client. Hurt in a car? Call K&R, Ohio's largest injury law firm, at 1-800-HURT-NOW.
Oh, the Dow brothers are here.
Safe trip home.
Ready? So, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Go, boys.
Today's game has been brought to you by Olympic Forest Products, consistent, reliable, built to go the distance. By Franciscus Roofing, Cleveland, Ohio's trusted name in roofing. By Joyce Buick GMC, drive Joyce, your friends and neighbors do. By Tokar & Company CPAs, your local and full-service accounting firm. J.P. Farley, empowering people, elevating benefits. By Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick, hurt in a car, call K&R. And by the Cleveland Clinic, the official health care provider of St. Edward Athletics. 57-19, the Eagles win. They go to 5-1 on the year, as it is our Cleveland Clinic post-game report. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, the official healthcare provider of St. Edward Athletics. And as part of that report, the Eagles put up some pretty good numbers, 403 yards in total offense to 269. But a lot of that 269 for Bishop McNamara came in the second half.
Second half, and it came in the first 2 drives of the second half. So they did it against the best defense that St. Ed's had. So there's some positivity there.
It's time to take a look at our J.P. Farley Player of the Game. J.P. Farley, empowering people, elevating benefits. No brainer there. Zach Hackleman, our Player of the Game, 6 receptions, 156 yards, and 3 touchdown receptions, which ties his record that he's done it twice before. So Zach Hackleman, our J.P. Farley Player of the Game. Larry, final thoughts as we head into rivalry week against St. Ignatius for next week.
Well, this game's in the books, and now you get ready for your rival. And the rivalry games are always important. It doesn't matter whether they're good, they're not good. It doesn't matter. It's a rivalry game. You have to put them to bed quickly.
57-19, St. Ed's with the win. So for Larry Wolf, I'm Adam Mendoza saying so long from First Federal Lakewood Stadium, where the final score, St. Ed's 57, Bishop McNamara 19. This has been a presentation of the Rock Entertainment Sports Network and a production by NEO Productions.